Cali, F. Get the fuck out of here. Hey guys, it's FoxA here, and today I'm going to be doing a little different of a video. I'm going to be doing a Rainbow Six operator attacker, specifically tier list, and kind of talk about the operators and where, in my opinion, I think they stand. And yeah, I'm sure we'll have a defender one go up sometime next week. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into the attackers, starting with Ace. I feel like I'd put Ace at C. I think C for Ace is a really good spot, really good level point. I think he's still really good, and the areas on which Helbana lack, you know, smaller holes, having to set different types of pellets to make holes that you can walk through, crawl through, I think Ace brings that. That's better, but at the same time, he has no burn. He just has a Claymore and Breach, and that's kind of the biggest thing that I guess sets him back, aside from other operators, is he's not as good utility-wise compared to everyone else, but he's still pretty good. Then we got Amaru. I feel like I put Amaru at D. I feel like Amaru at D isn't... I feel like that's fair. I feel like that she's not that good. Ash. I don't know. Ash is a tough one. Ash is a tough one. I feel like Ash, just because of her guns and the fact that she's so thin and she's able to just do some type of movement that other operators can't do, I'd probably have to put Ash at A. But I feel like she could definitely be bumped down to a B, so like we'll have to see how it goes. I think like Ash is like a soft A right now. Blackbeard, definitely F. That guy's terrible. Next, we'll get Blitz. I'd probably put Blitz at F. Glaz, I think Glaz right now is probably definitely on an F tier basis, on an F tier level. Cali, F. Get the fuck out of here. Simple as that. Like, who's playing Cali? If you're playing Cali in high level play or any type of competition, like, dude, it's just she was never good. Cali was never good. Thatcher, like, they tried to bring Cali out as an alternative to Thatcher. I think Cali desperately needs more changes. Her sniper, in theory, on paper, is really good. One shot down, you know, super long scope. But the thing is, Siege is such a close quarters game. You know, you're never going to really be able to abuse that sniper rifle as much as you'd think. Her secondary, the FMG9, definitely could use a buff. I think that would encourage her in Clash to be played a little more. And her gadget, they need to make her gadget way better, because her gadget right now is awful. So there's really no reason to bring her because of how bad her gadget is. So she definitely needs a buff. I'm putting her at F. She's awful. She might be the I wouldn't say she's the worst. I'd say they're all equally bad. I mean, Buck I would definitely put at C. I think Buck losing nades really hurt him. I think especially now with the with Azami, who's going to be coming out in this next couple months. In comp play, she's going to be coming out soon for ranked in the regular build, but for competitive, we'll only get to see her after this season. But Buck, I feel like it's going to be scary ever taking Buck against Azami, because he's completely useless to her. He doesn't have a gun, doesn't have nades, and his shotgun, secondary or underbarrel shotgun, doesn't get rid of the Azami gadgets. So I think right now, like, Buck is just a huge red flag for the future. In every way, I think Sledge is better than him, aside from bottom up breaching through the floors, but you know, not many maps require that. So I don't think he's a necessary op to bring, but I think that he's so close to being, you know, back to being good. I think everybody wants Buck nades back. So next I'll put Capitao. I'll put Capitao at a B. I think Capitao, his guns are kind of you know, but he brings great utility. You know, only Wamai can stop his arrows, so if you clear them properly, you know, Cap really gets his job done, and he does it. You know, he's got the fires, and then he's got the smoke, so I think he's well-round, all such a good op. Dokkaebi. I'll put Dokkaebi at C. Finka right now is S tier, in my opinion. Finka right now is the best operator in the game. Amazing LMG, super strong, no recoil, a lot of ammo. Her gadget, just giving health, you know, just recharging everyone's health towards the end of a round, or even just picking your teammates up across the map that you're not able to get to. I think that's just such a huge luxury to have in an operator, where you can just pretty much save your teammate across the map. The amount of saves you can get with her ability, with her gun, just does so much damage, and not to mention the amount of utility she brings. 2 nades and a gon. Right now, I think she's not overpowered per se, but I think she's the strongest operator in Siege right now, at least on attack. So I'd definitely have her at C. Flores, I'd probably put Flores at A. I think he's really good, got some good flashes, really good gun. His gadget, if you're not paying attention to him, can cause severe damage to your defensive lineup. I think A is a perfect spot for him. Fuse, I'd probably put him at D.
He's nuts.
Now for Gridlock. Gridlock has me torn because like her ability is pretty decent. She brings smokes. Her gun is really good, and she's a 3 armor, which means she can take a little bit of bullets, a little bit of damage. But I feel like her kit is so good, but because of how easy her gadget is to get rid of, you know, if you throw it on the flank, it's not really stopping anybody.
Who gonna stop me?
You're able to shoot them right away and just get rid of them. And always, if Nomad's up, you're always gonna bring Nomad over Gridlock. So I don't know, but it sucks because I feel like she's such a good operator. She's so close to being a good operator. But I'd probably have her at C. Maybe even D, because, like, C, D. Nah, I'd have... I feel like... No, because of her good gun in the smoke, I have to leave her at C. I'll leave her at C. Alright, Helbana. I'll probably put Helbana at A. I think Helbana's amazing. I think she does everything that Ace can do, and she can do a lot more of it. Not only that, but she can get the most hatches out of any hard breach, I believe. I don't want to sound stupid saying that, but yeah, she could get any hatches with her selection of pellets, you know, shooting 4 pellets on a hatch. And then the fact that she's a range breach, she brings flashes as well. She's, you know, usually going to be a must pick in most situations as a hard breach, just because, you know, she has that distance that, you know, Thermite lacks, and she has the flashes that Ace has, or lacks. So she's kind of like a best of both worlds, and I think she, you know, just gets the job done. Her only downfall is small holes. You know, if you're not able to open up a big wide breach, you know, defenders can take advantage of that sometimes. But for the most part, Helbana is always going to be a really good primary or secondary hard breach support. Next is Yana. Yana, I'd probably place her in B. I think she's pretty solid. I think the fact that her G36 doesn't have a 1.5 is kind of hurts her. But she brings nades, she brings gon. Her utility is really good. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, the only thing wrong with Yana is her gun selection. Her ARX, you know, doesn't have that much ammo, and in a game like Siege, you really want to rely on how much ammo you have, especially with Finka and Zoe. LMGs right now are the strongest thing, so the fact that bringing a 20 bullet gun really is going to hurt you when you could bring an operator like Zoe or Finka in a lineup. So her G36, I think the G36 is good, just like Ash, but Ash has the 1.5 on it. I think that's the best sight right now, and Yana unfortunately doesn't have that, so that kind of sets her back. IQ, I really want to put IQ at F. I feel like she's kind of useless in this meta, but I'll put her at D. I think IQ definitely needs a buff. I think giving her nades is a fair thing to do. I think she could really benefit from nades, and it would just make her played a lot more. Jackal, I think Jackal's a really good A tier op. I would even say maybe a S tier op. I feel like this puts me in a tough position. I really want S tier to be like the top of the top operators right now. I feel like Jackal not only is such a good operator individually, the fact that he can completely limit the amount of droning he needs just by using his gadget. Smart Jackal players can navigate a whole map without really needing any drone or drone control or drone help. And because of that, I think he's really good in ranked or, you know, solo play. And competitive, he's still equally as good. He has an amazing gun, he brings great smokes, and he's able to shut down a roam pretty easily. I don't know, I want to put him S, but I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna put him S. I'll put him S, and then we'll see if we switch him. I just think he's a S tier op right now. But I feel with saying that he's S, I feel like I could also say Helbana's S. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna put them up Nah. No, 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 no. Okay, we'll leave it like this. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. Next, let's get into Mav. Alright, I'm biased. I'm biased 100%. I'm going to put Mav at S. I'm 100%. Like, I'm a Mav player. I love Mav. I think he's just overpowered and he's great in every situation. The fact that you can Mav little lines, Mav rotate holes, or Mav a whole wall completely soft so that your teammate can break through it or that you can, you know, shoot through it. He brings 2 nades, and his gun is amazing. And it has a 1.5, which is like my favorite scope, like I said. And I just think because of his versatility, being able to get any wall, no matter if it's muted, bandit tricked, electro clawed, if they have impacts to impact trick, like every situation, he's always going to be good to bring. And he just, the fact that he can avoid any type of Cade, mute, Jaeger, avoid bandit. That's what I'm trying to think. Not Jaeger, bandit. So the fact that he can avoid all of those, and he has 2 nades, I just think he's a S tier op, definitely a S tier op. Now Monty, F tier, definitely putting him in the F tier.
Boy, if you don't get
Knock is in an interesting position because I'd actually say that she's not really that good. You know, her primary gun, the FMG9. Wait, what does Clash have? SMG9. He has an SMG9. That is the FMG9. I might be completely going on a tangent, but I would put Knock at C. 2 nades. I think she's kind of coming into the meta right now. I think especially on some maps like Bank, or, you know, we're seeing her played a lot more. I feel like because of this aggressive meta that we're in, she's coming in a lot more games, a lot more rounds to kind of catch roamers off guard. She's kind of like a discount Jackal. That's what I've noticed so far. She's going to go through the roam clear and pretty much, you know, take advantage of the fact that the cameras can't see her and get into some spots that you wouldn't expect her, get a kill, and then run away. Yeah, I'd definitely leave her at C. I think she's a good C operator. All right, now Nomad, I'd definitely put it S. I think Nomad is, like I said earlier, I think you're always going to pick her over Gridlock. She's probably the best operator to watch a flank with, just because of how easy she is to hold a flank. She just puts her Nomad traps down, and most of the time, even if someone wants to try to shoot it, it's still a sound cue, right? If someone gets close enough to where they don't activate it, but they shoot it, it's still a sound cue. You're still able to get some info and some return off of your, you know, trap that you place. And especially, we all know what happens. Hit a Nomad, you know, games. If someone's close enough, you're gonna die. So I think Nomad is an S tier operator, and she brings flashes. So I think all around she's the perfect op to watch flanks with, or hold a position with, and she's able to help the team in a great way. Thatcher. So this is actually a funny story with Thatcher. So I actually made a tier list a while ago, and showed my team, and I put Thatcher at I think I put Thatcher at B or Thatcher at C. I don't remember. I think B. Because I was saying that, you know, Thatcher's so good. He's so good that he's banned all the time in comp play. And even in ranked, he's so good he's banned all the time. So his greatest strength is his greatest weakness. He's so overpowered that he's going to get banned all the time. So he should be in B. Now, they kind of twist that against me and was like, what kind of tier list is this? That sounds like a load of shit. So, unfortunately, because my teammates actually made a really good point. You know, he is so good, so as an operator, you know, he has to be S tier. Now, Osa. I don't know, Osa's a hard op. She just came in. We were just able to play her this season, especially at Invite. I'd put her at D. Alright, now Sledge. Better than Buck right now in the current state until Buck gets some type of a buff or utility buff. I think you're permanently going to see Sledge for this next season, probably. Thermite. I'd probably put Thermite at A. Twitch. I put Twitch at A. Ying. Ying. I'd put Ying at B. You know, I was gonna put her at C, but I'll put her at B. Next for Zero. I'm gonna put him at B too. I think Zero is amazing right now. He has a really good gun, 2 hard reach gadgets, and he has his cameras. Next up, we got Zoe. I'll put Zoe at A. If I put Ash at A, I put Zoe at A. Next up, and I think finally is Lion. I'll put him in B. I think Lion is a good B op. His ability is really strong, especially used well with a coordinated team. He brings flashes and a gun, so amazing utility. His gun is really good. You know, has like 30 bullets, I believe, the 1.5 as well. Amazing operator utility-wise, and in the game, his gadget is actually really good. You can play off of it yourself. You can use it in a team environment. For kind of a roam clearing op, or I guess a roam clear op, I would argue that Jackal is probably better, just because it's direct info, but that's just mostly for you as a player. But Lion is more of a team-orientated roam clear op, because if you have good droners, support players that are droning and you're pushing off of it, would you rather have Jackal pings or would you rather have the Lion call? You know, it's really up to whoever I guess is in the moment, and Lion can do it from anywhere on the map. It's a global ability, so I think for that he's earned his B spot, so I'll give him that. So I'll just finally roughly look and call out all the operators in the tiers. So in F tier we have Blackbeard, Glaz, Cali, and Monty. I'd say that's pretty fair. In D tier, we have Amaru, Blitz, Fuse, IQ, and Osa. It hurts a little bit putting Osa down here. I think Osa could maybe bump up to C. I don't think she's completely like D level. Like she's not as bad as the other operators. I could definitely see her being used. I think I might bump her up to C. I'll bump her up to C. So for D, our new D is just Amaru, Blitz, Fuse, IQ. For C, we have Ace, Buck, Doke, Gridlock, Knock, and Osa. So again, I'm feeling a little weird having Ace on the C list. I think I might bump him up to B. I think he's really good. At the end of the day, he's a hard breach, so he's really B. We got Cap, Yana, Jackal, Ying, Zero, Lion, Ace. I think that's a good B. I think that's a fair B. A, we have Ash, Flores, Sledge, Thermite, Twitch, and Zoe. That's fair. I wouldn't put any of these ops at S. You know, I think maybe Sledge is an S tier op just because of how used he is right now, and no one else does it as good as him for soft breach or for vertical play. But I think A is fair. I think A is fair for him. And then S tier, really the top operators right now. I have Finka number one by far. Number one, the S. If I had S plus, I'd have Finka up there. Finka, Helbana, Mav, Nomad, and Thatcher. That's my tier list. Leave in the comments what you guys think what you would change, or what you guys think I hit. The head on the nail, or hit on the nail, whatever I got right. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the love, and I'll have a Defender one coming out probably next week. And yeah. What kind of tier list is this? That sounds like a load of shit.